Hey everybody, it's Mr. Giles. Today we've got a really fun tutorial that I've done for a long time. I've never made an actual tutorial of it. It's called Falling Forever, and we're going to make an animation where a pivot character, is going to fall through these pictures, and then he's going to end up going over to here. I'm going to show you how that's done, and I'm going to leave this website. It's digicom.edublogs.org/falling-forever, and you can find the pictures. So if you're doing this and you're at home or somewhere else in the world and you want to participate, you can. So the first step is to save all of these pictures. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to save image as. I'm going to save it to my hard drive or my desktop. In my classroom, you would save it into your H drive and into your paint.net folder. If you're doing this at home, you might want to make a folder and call it, Falling Forever. And you're going to download each one, and you're going to name it FF1, and you'll see that I already have an FF1, so I don't need to do that. I'm going to right-click on the next one, right-click, save image as, and you're going to go into your folder. Again, wherever you were planning on saving it, I'm saving it in my paint.net folder, and I'll call it FF2, and then I'll click Save. And you'll do that process, and you'll save all these pictures. And you'll name them FF1, FF2, FF3, FF4, and FF5. And they're already kind of named, so you can do that if you so desire. Okay, so now that we've got our pictures, we want to get into Pivot, and we want to load some of these pictures in. So phase one here is going to be to go File, Load, Background. And I'm going to go into that same folder that I saved everything into. In this case, we call this our H drive here at school, but you might have saved it on your desktop. Wherever you saved it, you go find it, and there's FF1. Okay, I'm going to say Open. It's going to say, would you like to set the animation dimensions to the dimensions of the image? Yes, I would. That would be great. And then my character, I'm going to open this up so you can sort of see it. So it's a little bigger than the area. There we go. I'm going to make my character a little smaller so he appears not quite so large. Maybe just a little bit. I'm going to make him size 60 here. Okay, there we go. So now I've got a character, I've got a cliff, and then I've got this thing. Now, the concept, I'm not going to go into working on the animation right now, but I'd like to see a nice running, like a run up here. But I'm just going to go ahead and just move him like he was running. And I'm going to just hit spacebar. I'm going to just bend his body like this, and I'm going to hit spacebar. In fact, I'm going to start with a couple spaces at the beginning. It's called anticipation. We're pausing before an action takes place. So before I even have him move, I'm going to set that. And I have got my speed set at 10 frames per second for this animation. So now he's got there. The first move I'm going to make is going to be a small one, then a larger one, and then even larger because he's picking up speed, and he's going to jump. I'll move him down and then up, but he's not going to make it. That's the whole point of this, is I probably shouldn't have slowed down that much. I'm probably going to change that. Now, he's going to catch it. I'm going to have him catch the cliff here, and he's going to slide down. So I'm going to move his hands up and his body and his legs. And I'm going to hold him there for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sort of a little, I might even go 10. And then, and to make that animation more interesting, you want to move him and maybe have him like grabbing and pulling, trying to pull himself up. Then he's going to fall, because that's the whole point of this animation, that he's going to fall. So he's going to fall, and here's frame 1 is going to be a very small motion. Okay, because we're going to do easing, so that's the first one. Then the next one's going to be a little, see, I'm moving him a little further. And if you don't see these little shaded objects here like this, you're going to go under Edit, Options, and you're going to make sure Onion Skins is set to 2, or you can set it to 3. If I set it to 3, I'll see one more, and that's kind of cool for this sort of animation. And so he's going to go here, and then this time he's going to disappear from the screen. So now I'm going to load my next background. File, Load, Background. And I'm going to load FF2. Now, I'm going to take him now. I can't grab him. You see he's got his yellow spot is off the screen. If you can't ever grab it for some reason, like let's say it's covered, you can just hit the center button right there. This is the center button. It's the 4 green arrows. And I'm going to go back up. I'm going to spread out Pivot a little more so I have a little space. I'm going to take him all the way up here. I'm going to put him right where he was. He was kind of in the center of the screen right there. So I'm going to have him come from the center here because he's falling into a new screen. So there, and then he's going pretty fast. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I hit play. I'm just going to watch what I got so far. So my guy runs, jumps, grabs. Okay, he's going to fall. That's perfect. I'm liking it so far. So now I'm going to load the next background. This is 2, so I'm going to load file, load background, FF3, open. I move him to the top. Now if he were picking up speed, which he kind of is, he's going to, he's going to spread out farther distances at a time. Also, you could make his arms wave as he's moving to give it that feel. So this time I'm going to let it go 1, 2, 3 at the end of that frame. I'm going to recenter him, and I'm going to go to a new background, which is, I believe we're on FF. Let me look at these. FF3. So now we're on FF4. So if you ever forget, you can click on backgrounds here, and you can reload backgrounds there. File, load background, FF4, and I'm gonna give it a second. 1, 2. Then I'm going to have him fall in. Getting a little farther each time. I'm gonna have him land right here, and then we've done a fall, like the box fall, and had our character land, and anywhere in this red area or touching the brown, he can land. And I'm gonna spread his legs out. I'm gonna have him hit the ground and sort of balance out, and you can do more to make that animation more exciting. Okay, I'm gonna hit frame like 10 times, and then I'm gonna have him stand up. So we're going to stand up straight like, oh, well, we're somewhere new. We're in this random cave. And I'm not sure why I'm in this cave, but here I am. Okay, and just finish his leg out. Spacebar, spacebar. Now he's going to walk off. Starts the first frame, very close together. And it's walking, so it's a pretty even pace, actually. And I'm going to have him kind of move off the screen this direction, which will move us to our final background. I'm going to give space 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to go to the last background. File, load background. And this is going to be 5. And I'm always thinking about which side did the character leave from and which side are they going to come back onto. Just like if you're watching a movie, character runs from the left to the right. When you see the next screen, they're going to be running from the left to the right also. So otherwise, it's very confusing. So I'm going to have him come in. Maybe he's going to duck his head a little because this cave comes down real close. So I'm going to hit frame, frame, frame. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do different than what I'm going to do. But there should be some sort of treasure here. And we have a bunch of figure types, and maybe I'm going to go into my figure types. And for those of you that don't remember, in my class, you go to your desktop, Digicom $, and then we have this set of a folder of STKs that we use. I really should upload this to like a Google Drive so people can access it at home. But for now, I got all these from Droids, DROIDZ.org. And I'm going to just put something in there. Let's see, food, Cheez-It, no, pineapple. Sure, why not? Stick a pineapple, random pineapple. Okay, this pineapple is not going to work very easily. Okay, so I'm going to stick this here. All of a sudden, it's going to appear. It was kind of weird, so I'm gonna fade it out and have it fade in, like he's going to be walking, right? And then I'm going to also, at the same time he's walking, I'm going to fade this pineapple in, and he's going to slow down and look up because he's shocked by what he found. You guys can have something that's already here. This will be kind of a cool effect. He's going to come to a complete stop, and his hands are going to go like out in front of him, like he's like, whoa, what the heck? And I'm going to go back to the pineapple. I'm going to make sure to bring that fade up. And then I'm going to move his hands again and his head back. And I'm going to make the pineapple fade all the way in like that. And I'm going to give him a couple seconds to look at it. Now I'm going to hit play, and let's just watch the whole thing that we've got so far. Guy runs, jumps, falls. Oh, wow, that was really fast. I might add some frames to that falling. I'm gonna watch it one more time. Yeah, I almost feel like it's a little too fast on the fall. So here's how you fix that. I'm gonna hit stop. And if you've been following me and doing it just with me, then this will be great. I'm going to drag the drag bar here at the top. I'm gonna go back, and it just felt like the fall itself was too fast. It happened too fast. It was like at 10 frames per second. That means every 10 frames equals 1 second. 4 frames is like less than half a second. So I'm gonna just make this last a little longer. I'm going to make this frame repeat, I go to the right of it and I right click and I say insert, and you'll see it inserted a copy, so there's 2 of the same frame. So I'm gonna go to this one and I'm gonna move it down a little bit more. In fact, I wonder if I can set my onion skins options. I'm gonna say show ahead. I'm gonna change this back to 2. I'm gonna say show ahead, and it will show where he's gonna be next. That's actually pretty useful. Then he gets to there, then I'm gonna insert another one, insert, and I'm gonna pull it down a little bit more, like that. So we're gonna add some frames. It felt a little too fast, so I'm gonna insert another one there, and I'm gonna bring that one down a little bit more. And then I'm gonna leave that, and let's just see how that looks. Yeah, that's better. The first one needed to slow down just a little bit. It felt like it was too fast. And then I can always go, you know, I might even do this. I'm gonna go insert. I inserted the same one. And if you don't like a frame, you can delete it. I didn't want a second one of that. I wanted another one of this. Insert one more of that last one. In fact, I'm gonna insert 3 of that, and I'm gonna get rid of my guy in all 3 of those frames. I'm gonna just hit delete, delete, delete. So it's like a second for our eyes to go, oh, okay, we're done with this screen. Boom. And then he comes into the next screen. In fact, I'm going to do the same thing with the next screen. I'm going to insert a little space there so that when he enters the next screen, insert to the right. Okay, we've got a. I'm going to do 2 frames of him doing nothing. So I'm just going to hit the delete key, go to the next frame, hit the delete. He's the only character on the screen, so it's pretty easy to do. So let's watch that. Let's watch that part of the fall. Let's see how that's looking. Yeah, that's good. It felt a little, it didn't feel so rushed. Ah, there we go. And then the pineapple, and that starts over. So your animation is going to be a character falling, and his background's changing, and then at the end, they're going to find something. So maybe before they walk in the room, you should already have an idea of what the object is going to be. So I hope this is something that'll be fun for you, and it's fun to make. And of course, I'd love to see your creativity. If you upload it to your channel, post a link back and let us see it. That'd be great. And have a great day. By the way, we're going to be taking this later. We're going to be adding some sound effects. So we'll be taking this animation and doing more with it in the future. Okay, have a great day. This is Mr. Giles. Peace.